Welcome to Part 2 of Whispers of Darkness 10 Tales of Macabre Terror. After surviving the terror of Part 1, we now take you even deeper into the abyss. In this part, from the dollmaker's mansion to the whisper of the lighthouse, 5 more stories await. These tales take madness and abnormality to their extremes, dragging you into even greater horrors. Are you prepared to endure until the end? Then enjoy the terror of Part 2. Emmy, while on vacation, decided to visit a small, remote town. As she wandered through the quiet streets, she came across an old doll shop. Inside, the shelves were lined with beautiful, lifelike dolls, each with strikingly realistic expressions. Intrigued, Emmy ventured further into the shop. In the back room, however, a horrifying sight awaited her. There, the dolls looked disturbingly human, as if they had been crafted from actual human parts. Their eyes, hands, and limbs were so lifelike that it sent shivers down her spine. Overcome with fear, Emmy turned to leave, but the shopkeeper suddenly seized her, whispering, "You'll be the perfect new doll." The shopkeeper tied her to a chair and began the slow ritual to transform her into one of his creations. Emmy struggled, but her strength faded as a drug took hold of her, blurring her senses. Her last conscious sight was her body slowly being turned into doll parts. Emmy was destined to remain in this town as a new display in the eerie doll shop forever. Kathy went to the town's annual carnival with her friends. Surrounded by bright lights and lively music, they enjoyed themselves late into the night. However, as the night grew darker, Kathy became separated from her friends and wandered into a quiet, empty part of the carnival. The sounds of the festivities faded away, and a sense of isolation crept in. Suddenly, she heard laughter behind her. Turning around, she saw a clown with crazed eyes standing there. He approached her, whispering, "Become a part of this carnival forever," as he dragged her into a twisted game of terror. The clown had no intention of letting her go. He told her that unless she won the game, she would never escape the carnival and would be trapped forever. Kathy desperately tried to flee, but the carnival's maze-like layout trapped her, and she couldn't find a way out. The clown was always right behind her, his laughter echoing in the distance as he closed in on her. In the end, Kathy was consumed by the madness of the carnival, never to return to the town. She became a permanent part of the carnival, waiting for the next victim to join her in its nightmarish games. Jessica, a photographer, decided to explore an abandoned psychiatric hospital. As part of her urban exploration project, once home to countless patients, the hospital was now enveloped in eerie silence. As she captured the crumbling walls and broken furniture with her camera, Jessica suddenly sensed someone's presence. Turning around, she saw a mysterious man standing there, exuding an unsettling aura. Smiling faintly, he whispered, "Only those I love remain here." Confused by his words, Jessica tried to flee, but the man began to pursue her. Intent on trapping her inside the hospital, he revealed that he was once a patient there, obsessed with keeping those he loved within the ruins of the hospital forever. Desperately, Jessica searched for an exit, but the decaying building seemed to conspire against her, blocking her escape at every turn. As the walls crumbled around her and the exits vanished, the man whispered, "Let's stay here together forever." In the end, Jessica was consumed by the hospital, becoming part of the ruins and one of his loved ones, forever trapped within the desolate halls. Linda moved to a quiet seaside town, seeking refuge from the hustle and bustle of city life. Enchanted by the beautiful ocean and peaceful atmosphere, she decided to start a new life there. The townspeople were friendly, always smiling warmly, but soon Linda began to feel an unsettling strangeness about their constant smiles. Everyone wore the same fixed expression, their eyes following her wherever she went. One night, Linda glanced out the window and saw the townspeople gathering around her house. Silent and expressionless, they stared at her as they slowly moved closer to the door. Panicking, Linda locked her door and frantically searched for a way to escape. But there was nowhere to go. The entire town, moving in perfect unison, surrounded her house, intent on making her the new sacrifice. The townspeople had been performing a twisted ritual to protect their town, regularly offering a sacrifice. Before Linda could fully understand the horrifying truth, she was captured and consumed by the darkness that lurked within the town. Her screams were drowned out by the sound of the crashing waves, lost forever to the sea. Elizabeth, a young writer, was invited to an old lighthouse on a small island off the coast of England, seeking a quiet place to work. As she gazed at the raging sea, she tried to focus on her writing. But at night, she began to hear whispers coming from beneath the lighthouse. The voices, softly calling her name, beckoned her, and soon Elizabeth found herself drawn to them. The lighthouse keeper, unnervingly kind, told her tales of the island's history and of women who had mysteriously disappeared there. Elizabeth soon realized that the whispers weren't figments of her imagination, but the voices of the spirits of those missing women trapped in the lighthouse, calling out for help. As Elizabeth uncovered the truth, the keeper approached her, whispering, "You should stay here forever too." For years, he had been luring women to the lighthouse, sacrificing them and trapping their souls within its walls. Desperate to escape, Elizabeth tried to flee, but the lighthouse seemed to conspire against her, blocking every way out. In the end, her fate became the same as the spirits before her, forever imprisoned within the cursed lighthouse. Thank you for watching Part 2. How was Whispers of Darkness, 10 Tales of Macabre Terror? From the Dollmaker's Mansion to the Whisper of the Lighthouse. These 5 stories have surely taken you to the abyss of madness hidden within everyday life. If these tales resonated with you, please don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. We hope to see you again on the next journey into fear. Good night, and be wary of the darkness. We'll meet again in the next story.